property becomes such a contested area of constitution making, of peace processes. And I mean, also you can have a peace process that happens and then you get to the constitution and property comes up and all of a sudden everything grinds to a halt, right? And actually there have been some interesting processes in Sudan, in Kenya, in South Africa. For the Zimbabweans, we had a kind of miracle moment with a whole set of lawyers. And I mean, you know, that's an interesting thing to think about for Cyprus is in Zimbabwe, and I mean, they didn't maximize it, but what the lawyers, the Law Society did was, as the discussion of a constitution started happening, they weren't really keen on either of the political parties' constitutions. So they sat down and they engaged a whole lot of people, the American Bar Association, all sorts of people, and wrote a model constitution. And then kept having dialogues around property rights, or, you know, and then what we did was we said, okay, here's a model constitution. It's a little faulty in certain respects because it lacked, in a sense, that political vision of negotiation. And so we held a series of workshops with them around things like property clauses, and actually you might want to think about these alternatives so that you are capacitating Cypriots to be able to feed into that process, design their own constitution. You've got a whole range of dialogues about property. So then everybody, when it comes around to voting on a constitution, starts to feel like they understand why that property right decision has been taken, why this particular, why it's decentralization, or what's happening with local government. It's been discussed in a range of forums. Everybody's feeling a bit more like they understand it. Voting on a constitution doesn't feel so strange because, you know, the Law Society said the 10 key issues for a constitution are these things, and these are the main decisions about them. And civil society has talked to everybody about it. But also what it allows you to do is it gets lawyers from the Turkish community, from the Greek community, to all sit together and think about what the best versions of all of those things are. And so, bang, there's your lawyers, a particular group of civil society who've spent some time and can then engage with women's organizations or faith-based organizations or whatever it is, and help walk them through a constitution. Women's organizations can decide to, do a gendered analysis of the constitution, or a gendered analysis of the peace roadmap, and talk to it. So those are the ways in which you start to build both outreach and information provision in order to bring people on board. So it's sort of using alternatives and presenting alternatives with an eye to innovation around how Cyprus designs itself. And that's a great thing to remember. You know, South Africa had its own political process. Various people have their own political processes. Cyprus is its own entity, and it is going to need to pick and choose